In the run-up to the Iraq War in 2003, many viewed the U.S. news media as timid, afraid to ask the tough questions about the Bush administration's claims regarding weapons of mass destruction. Has the U.S. news media changed since then? CCTV correspondent Jim Spellman finds out.
All over social media.
Arizona gun instructors.
No, let me just throw this out here. Do you ever hear of the rattlesnake rationale?
In the decade plus since the U.S. war in Iraq began, the American media landscape has changed and shifted online, in print, and on TV.
This is CNN,
where news programming is increasingly seen as politically polarized. Andrew Bojan covers media for the journalism think tank Poynter Institute.
It's most pronounced in cable TV news here in the States. You see people who watch Fox News, for example, about 60% call themselves conservative.
With MSNBC on the liberal left and CNN charting a path in the middle. On the highly rated Fox News channel, anchors are known for criticizing President Obama, and guests are often openly hostile.
He's been one of the most divisive, I think, blatantly hypocritical presidents in the history of this country.
While MSNBC hosts are often viewed as going too easy on President Obama and his fellow Democrats. This left-right political polarization is even more pronounced online. As more people get their news via social networks like Facebook and Twitter, the more they are likely to be exposed only to opinions they're already inclined to agree with, as they friend and follow politically like-minded people.
It may set up an even more closed circle than you would get with people who only watched conservative media or only watched liberal media.
But while the news media have become more politically polarized, there are also a lot more news outlets now and many more voices ringing out, with news outlets, political leaders, and even terrorist groups like the Islamic State all communicating directly with people through social media.
The United States and our allies have prevailed.
The media was criticized for not being skeptical enough of the Bush administration in the lead-up to the Iraq War in 2003, but the new media landscape may make it harder for that to happen again.
I often see the critique that we in the news media totally dropped the ball on reporting in the run-up to Iraq. And there was some good reporting going up to it, but it had a lot of trouble breaking through. I don't think that would be the case now.
Bojan says he has noticed more critical and skeptical reporting in the current crisis with the Islamic State, and some in the news media have begun questioning themselves.
Is the media doing their job, demanding what victory is, demanding how he plans to win this war, asking tough questions about politics, being involved in decision-making?
I think Fox News might be the only network that's doing that, Sean.
Even if it's just more self-serving spin. And state-owned international news outlets like us here at CCTV have been criticized for being too biased towards those countries, in our case, China. News consumers now have access to many more news outlets and access to many more points of view. Jim Spellman, CCTV, Washington.